Welcome to Heathen's Garage. We're making a long block out of a short block. So we gotta change all these springs, right? Because we put a hot cam in it. It's a little dirty. Let all the dirt run off. Right, Elvis? Step number one is we gotta throw some valve springs in. Because even though it's technically a NSR cam, hey, they recommend them. And also, these are like, 200,000 miles old and they're not that good. I think. I don't know. I didn't measure them. Maybe they're totally fine. You could get away with it. I don't know. But the reality is that they weren't expensive. And doing valve springs is very fast when you've got a tool like this one. If you're going to buy a valve spring compressor for doing valve springs off the engine, get one of these. Is this full of dirt? Man, I wouldn't even know what to do to port these better. Boy, they're not getting nothing, I'll tell you that for free. How do we get that out again? Well, first of all, you take the valve out. Secondly, I don't know. What if I just got ambitious? Oh, don't do it, Ethan. Do one at a time. I really thought about it for half a second there. Just pull them all out quick. Do all the valve guides at once. And if I was good at my job, that's how I'd do it. Oh, that was easy. We found our new valve guide seals. Now you'll notice, I'm not shimming these, checking these, really anything with these. I'm just kind of putting them in. And that's because I'm not really an engine builder. What I'm really hoping is that it's fine. And if it's not fine, I'll find out that it's not fine and we'll deal with it appropriately then. Now we put this guy over, right? Yep. Big old compressor. Oh. First we gotta put the valve back in. Where's some lubrication for this? There, we got a little cap full of oil. That seems like a good idea. Gently. That seal. Put this guy on. Get hold of my hair. This guy on. Now this guy. Oh, easy. Oh yeah. Now, scary part. That guy on. Why's everything so dirty all of a sudden? It's like I'm not cleaning things properly as I go. Good thing I'm never gonna sell this engine. If I ever sell this engine, it's being sold as scrap metal. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't right. Is that okay? Everything cool? One down. Oops. This old spring. There's a new spring. And they tell me they're different. Can I feel it? Against my plastic table that's flexing? Yeah, good idea. Squeeze test. No, I can't tell the difference. They're the same. Out you go. Cute. Not gonna lie, this one could probably stand a valve grind. But we don't have time, Ethan. We can't. We don't have time. At some point in time, I'm gonna end up stuffing an old spring back in by accident. Luna, are you doing okay? You're pretty quiet back there. You're like a statue. You want a high five? My dogs listen so good. Do you want a high five? Oh, that was really good, Luna. Good girl. About there. Like that spot? Ah! That was frightening. Elvis, did you hear that? It's supper time, buddy. Luna, do you want supper time? All the springs are in, ready to go. Bad news. I forgot that I had 2 busted off exhaust studs. So now I'm going to try and take care of those, which I should have done while the springs and valves were out, but I didn't think of that. We're going to try and weld them out. I've never tried with a flux core welder, but that's what I happen to have, so let's try that. Alright, we're going to start with the easy one. that was hot right through my glove. Oh, we should cover our coffee up. Yeah, it feels like it's working. It's either worked or it's about to break off. Hey, look at that. Nice. Now this one's way worse because it's broke off flush. So we're gonna try the old washer and then nut situation. Alright, well I didn't want to do this, but I think I have to ground it to the block. Okay, maybe. We'll see in a second. Oh, it kind of moved on me. It's not where I want it to be. I don't know, maybe. Something's turning. Oh, I think we might have had a good thing happen. Look how lucky we are today. What good news. Oh, that's still warm. I just want you to know, if it was in the vehicle and hard to get to, it never would have been that easy. It's only easy because it would have been easy to do something else because it's out. I put these guys in, along with these guys, which are soaking in oil. You can just stuff them in there, don't you? Oh, don't drop it though. It's slippery when it's covered in oil. There's an oil hole on a lifter. I don't know if you can see it. It's there, and it's not there on the other side. It might matter which way it goes, but I don't know. You might want to find that information out. You got your lifter and you got your tray, and you just in. And then you do the rest, and then you put it in. And you bolt it down, and there's a Torquem spec. You should do that, whether I do it or not. Okay, now that I've successfully figured this out, and by successfully figured it out, I mean looked in my book, so I would know how to do it. We're going to put them in. And you go like this, and you just sort of line up all four, and you just ease it in there. Just ease it in. There we go. Just like that. All four at once. Done. In. So guys, just popping these cylinder head dowels in and realized I was short one. The good news is I got a buddy whose engine happens to be here. So I'm going to take one of his. Come on now. Doesn't seem to want to give up its... Come on. Yeah. Well, shoot. I think we're finally ready to put some cylinder heads on, so that's pretty exciting. These are very OEM style multi-layer steel, which is good. That's fine with me. Yeah. Go on there like that. Nope, it sure doesn't go on there like that. Isn't that nice? It's not nice, it's backwards. Now the good news is, I know exactly which cylinder head is which, because of the old exhaust manifold issue I had that one time, and how we, didn't fix it properly. Right here, see? Remember that? That's in a different video. We're gonna try a new thing. There'll be a link here, maybe, if I figure out how to do that. You aren't gonna believe it, but we opened up our wallet and we bought new head bolts. I kinda like to cheat and ride that ragged edge and not do it, but just this one time, we put new head bolts in. Sometimes, I don't really know how to make this more interesting, other than I'm putting bolts into the holes. That's all there is to it. Now if you get this kind, you have to buy 2 boxes, because I guess they think you're only going to do one cylinder head. Which I think it'd be a pretty strange thing to do. Who would only do one cylinder head gasket? I'm a hack and I would change both cylinder head gaskets. Now, the first time you start to tighten these, always go hand tight. The guys at GM must really be laughing. Because they say, we're going to tell them it's foot-pound, and then we're going to tell them it's degrees, and then they need to degree again after they've done that. And then we're going to put some bolts that are a different size, There are also going to be a torque and then a degree. Ha, ha, ha. Real funny, Jim. Ooh, we'll make a torque to angle thing that's totally arbitrary and nobody understands. But everybody's going to say it's better and they'll come up with fake reasons why it's better. Nobody really knows. Now we're just gonna put in some push rods. Oh, get it in straight. Now it's rocker shaft time. This is filthy. And if you're spraying brake cleaner around in your barn, turn off your flame heater deal that's pointed at the floor. When it went woof, it was very exciting, but not in the way I was hoping. Put a little goop on each one. Now supposedly there's like a pattern you do on these. You'll sort of gradual and across them, roll the engine over and stuff. I don't do that. Oh, you're pushing down a valve. That's good. Why does it seem like every single one of those was opening the valves? I thought I had an issue there, but now I don't think I have an issue there. I thought all the valves were hanging open on this side, but I'm hoping it was just my imagination, because after I rolled it around 2 or 3 times, it stopped happening. Worst case scenario, we probably need shorter push rods. That's not the end of the world. You see these? These are the knockoff valve cover gaskets. If you happen to be in anchor management for any reason, I would recommend not getting a set of knockoff valve cover gaskets for an LS. Like, they're so good, as a matter of fact, I'm reusing the old ones that have 300,000 kilometers on them, because these don't stay in. So unfortunately, this side valve cover gasket, the old one of it kind of sat in the Varsol tank for a couple hours, and it doesn't fit anymore, as in it's 6 inches too long because it's stretched. So I'm now super gluing the replacement gasket into its home, so that later I can hate my life, but tonight I can put the valve cover on. Because I really want to put the engine together and, you know, little paint on there. Why is this glue not gluing? It's sticking to my fingers. How come this glue sticks to my fingers better than anything else? I think I just live here now. This is what I do for the rest of my evening, is hold this in place so that the glue can set. The things a guy will do to save a buck. So a funny thing just happened. I got to the bottom of my gasket set and I saw this sheet of paper that said cooling holes on head gasket must face towards rear of engine. And then I went back and looked at the video of me putting the gaskets on, and yeah, put one there like that. Isn't that nice? Definitely the front of this one. So I guess we're pulling that head right back off. See these? These two right here? They need to be over here. You can see it this way. These holes that aren't here, these holes right here, they go to the back. I don't really want to buy these again. The good news is I was paying attention to how much I put on my torque wrench when I did the angle part. It was about 97 foot-pounds. So they're getting torqued to 97 foot-pounds, and that's the wrong way to do it. Worst case scenario, I have a head gasket failure. Wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last. Alright, 15 minutes later, and we're back to where we were before, except a bit worse because we've reused the bolts that we're not supposed to reuse. I think it'll be fine, maybe. How bad can it really go? Oh, we're knocking a new seal into this front main. How about that? Old GM admittedly has done a lot of things right, but they never gave you a pin to line the timing cover up with anything. So you get one of these, which in this case came with it, but it was the wrong size for the crank, so I sort of just hogged it out, crossed my fingers that I got center. You slip it on there, and you slip it over the crank, and then theoretically that's centered. That's where it's supposed to live. Now alternatively, you could put your harmonic balancer on with all this loose and tighten it up, and then it'd be close too. That'd be an option. Oh no, now I've got this stuck. Now we slips the gasket in. Having cleaned the surfaces already in a previous moment, we slip the gasket in. We arbitrarily ram all the bolts home. In no particular order or any particular torque, because we're sloppy. We're going to put the oil pan on here right away, but I got to run the heaters because it's too cold to paint, and I want this thing in paint before I go to bed tonight. So I got to get the heaters going, and I can't take the video and run the heaters because they're loud. So just, you're going to have to figure out how to put an oil pan on the wrong way all by yourself. I know guys really like showing off aluminum on an engine, but this is factory aluminum. It doesn't look good anymore, and I can't seem to make it look good. I tried scrubbing it and cleaning it and everything, and it still just looks like junk. So we're painting over it. That's just, you're gonna have to live with that. I chose a color based on the interior of the truck. It's exterior paint. It says it's for metal. It doesn't have a temperature rating on it, but I don't know, maybe it'll be good. You let me know in the comments what you think of the color. Oh. I've never had an engine this color before. You know, I don't think many people have. The primer and the paint are not getting along. Give it some texture. The color is called copper. Burnt copper was extra money. I wanted that, but it cost more, so we went for the $12 can instead of the $18 can. I hope it looks better with some black accents, because if I'm totally honest, not really digging it at the moment. It may have been a mistake. Wait till I paint the wheels this color. It looks so good. We're gonna let it ride. Let's be honest here. This is the color it is. Now it's the color it is. They make a tool to install these. I bet it's worth buying. Ow! Ooh, that hurt. So after you've smashed it on with the hammer, what you want to do is use your impact. And then make sure you put it into full impact mode. And what that'll do is send all the hammer vibrations into the bearings of the crankshaft. And that'll show that thrust bearing who's boss. When you go to put the water pump on, it's really important that the paint is still wet. That way it can be difficult. Come on, arm, you can hold it steady. The reason I don't worry too much about this is because the water pump's probably going to leak anyways because we didn't replace it. Either the water pump will fail, or the starter will fail, maybe the alternator will fail. Something will go horribly wrong. Because you got to do it while the paint's still wet, so that when you accidentally scuff it into something, it'll leave a mark. And then the next time, when you're taking the engine back apart, because you know something went wrong because you weren't competent, then you'll know not to scuff it on that thing again. Does it look any better with the black accents? I think it does. Or you could just ignore the problem and, bolt it in. On a list of things that I think are going to fail, these gaskets are junk. Get the multi-layer ones. They're so much better. Someday, we'll take it and we'll wash it properly. But the reality is we're totally out of brake clean. So, that's going to, you know, sort of deter us from cleaning today. Hey, on the plus side, now that those are on, we get to put another cool new thing on. Where did they end up? They say performance on them. So they must be for performance. Now, if they don't happen to send you that tube of lubricant, you can use brake lubricant, and it's pretty much the same stuff. A guy should really reuse these if he can. They don't really fit on these spark plug wires, but they're still more than nothing. So my dear wife, she treated me again. Look at these. AC Delco factory type spark plugs. This thing is going to run for sure. Now spark plugs are supposed to be at a specific gap. You can tell if it's at that gap by the way that it is. I think I possess the tools to measure that stuff, but I don't know if you can tell by the breath. It's cold in here and we're in a little bit of a hurry. Cam, crank, oil pressure senders. We're gonna put those in now. That'll be good. Put a little bit of white dope on here. Just a dab. A, prevent it seizing. B, because that seal's been sealed on before. It might not want to seal again. Apparently my master rebuild gasket kit did not include new O-ring for the cam sensor. Which, like, to be fair, is probably fine. So we're not going to worry about it. Yeah. Okay, now we got crank sender. That's over there somewhere. We'll goop him up too. Yeah. Just like that. What kind of gasket was supposed to be on the block heater? Because there's nothing right now. We got some sensors in. We got some block plugs in. We got a block heater in. Now we're on to a dipstick tube. Because, you know, I kind of wrapped the other one. Look at that, came with a new O-ring even. So this guy is going to sit right here, and you're just going to drop him through here. Oh yeah, you missed. And stick it there. And then you'll just sort of gently ram a thorn in there until it's seated. It's not seated yet. It isn't always about what the right bolt is. It's just sometimes the bolt that'll fit. That's how I look at it anyways. Yeah, I'm going to remember exactly how this goes back on. No question there. It's, whoa. That was a very nice game you're playing there. Go this way. Go this way. Okay. Well, that can't be right. Boy, it just comes completely off. There's no coming part way off, like one at a time, so that I could figure this out, is there? Yeah, how come the first time I did this it looked right, and now I can't figure it out? Stay on there. Hey, that looks pretty good. I think I can work with that. I just saw some tools fly if this belt fell off again. Yeah. Is that right? I don't know. It's on there. That's mostly what we're going for. Now when we go to install this, I got a buddy coming over, good buddy Kyle. He's going to do like the heavy lifting because if you remember this moment. Oh yeah, hernia. Oh, there it is. That turned out to be a real thing. And, well, I sort of got the old snip and tuck. Yeah, nip and tuck done to that. So it, yeah, well, we're not quite back up to full strength is the short version. Anyways, you'll get to meet him, maybe, or he'll say, no, I don't want to be on camera. I don't know what's going to happen there. Either way, the engine will go in. That'll be it for this episode of Heathen's Garage. We'll see you next time when we finally put the engine in and try and start it. Bye. Oh. Hi, buddy. Oh, good night. Oh, it's good to say night.